Hi, this is Laurel. We're back at Laurel's Real Money Talks podcast, where we teach you to make money, keep money, and invest money. So this one's kind of a new one. I got to kind of call a spade a spade. Back in the day when I wrote my books, annuities sucked. They were the worst tool, horrible. So I took a big swack at them. Fast forward now 10 years, there's products that rock. So Rob Cole's an expert at that. And I have to say, for the record, I'm okay with it now.
Still good.
So talk about annuities and why people should have them as part of their diversity in their portfolio.
Absolutely. Annuities have had a huge change over the last 10 years and the last decade. I was just reading an article earlier today that they did over $60 billion in annuity sales last year.
Billion
with a B.
Just in the nation.
Yeah, and that was 22% of the year before. And it's because everybody's gravitating to fixed index annuities. And these are different than the old style annuities, which just gave you a 3 or 4% rate of return, and it was very, very vanilla, and you only got a small interest rate. These are actually invested in certain indexes, and they credit you towards that. And what the greatest thing that most people like is that you can never lose money in those annuities.
Because they're guaranteed.
They're guaranteed, zero floor, but whatever index you're invested in, you get that up on that. So It's a really good place to go.
So is there anything else that has that kind of base guarantee to protect your principal? And I think as people get older, they're going to need that vehicle inside their portfolio. So I guess there's two questions. Is who needs an annuity? Who would be right for that?
Well, typically, what I find most of the people that are most interested is people just retiring or just about to retire. They have a large 401k, and they just got tired of the stock market and tired of losing money. And they've seen the ups and downs. I used to go into people's homes, and especially around 2009 and 2010, I asked them if they have a 401k, and they said, no, I have a 201k.
That's true.
Because they lost so much money, and now that the market's rebound, they're even more scared because it's like, what happens next? They lived through it before. So they're looking for some safety, but still wanting to have some upside potential.
Right, so they get a hold of principal.
Yeah, they get a hold of
principal. So what are some of the first things they should be looking for? Obviously, you can give your contact detail because we're partners in Financial Freedom Day. So how do they reach you to have like an initial assessment? And what are some of the things you're going to walk them through? Like what do they need to do to get ready?
Well, first of all, we need to see what their current situation is and understand where they're at and making sure that's right for them. And then the second thing is, if we're going to make a move, we can look at some of the best companies in the country and see who has the greatest annuities, because they do change from time to time. So fortunately, with Financial Freedom Day, we have all the different annuities companies that we can go through. We're not set to just one company.
Yep.
So that gives us upper hand than, say, most advisors have. They have to have their own proprietary type of annuities. So we look at the best ones around, and we find the right fit for them. And also, it depends on the client. Everybody's a little bit different time horizons, different things that they need, and there's different ways to look at annuities. And so you really need to sit down and kind of understand exactly what's going to go on with the client and what they want to have happen for that.
Cool. So if you want to, all of my podcast is redirected to AskLaurel.com. So to AskLaurel.com, give me your name, phone number, email, and then in the question line say, I want a private consult with Rob, and we'll just get you in touch and start the conversation. Now, to prepare for that consult, what do they need to have ready? When you say we have to look at their situation, do they need statements? Do they need income? What are they needing to give to you?
All that. So what I generally do, when they reach out to me, I send them a wealth assessment, and that'll give me the information I need. But yeah, if they have their financial statements and all those things, those always are helpful.
Yep.
But typically when they reach out to me, the first thing they do is send a wealth assessment. They fill that out. It takes just a couple of minutes, but then I can go ahead and find out what's really good for them.
Awesome.
Yep.
So thank you for being here. Thanks for clearing up the annuity question. Because, for a long time, the products were not good. Now they rock. They should be part of your portfolio. And the other thing that Rob will continue our conversation is insurance. I mean, you're going to get cash flow, tax-free through insurance products that he has as well. So go to AskLaurel.com, give us your name, phone number, and email, and just do a free assessment, no obligation. Just see what we can do to help you. Because I promise you, I changed all of it when I met this man.
Yeah.
All of my stuff went to him. So we'll talk to you soon back on Laurel's Real Money Talks in another conversation about making money, keeping money, and investing money.